All right, I'm recording now. So as I said earlier, exam is Friday. So we're going to do a little bit of review of the metric system and the imperial system and all that. So how many feet in 108 inches? I like to start by writing down what the question gives me. And then I need to consult my handy dandy conversion chart. And I look for the line that has both feet and inches on it. Hey, Sammy, which one?
It'll be 12 inches.
All right, so 1 foot is 12 inches. So because I'm starting at inches, I'm starting at the small unit, and I need to go back in this direction. I'm going to divide by 12. And the rumor has it, it's 9. That sounds about right. 9 feet. Even? Yep. Nice. Done. Okay, well, that apparently was a little on the easy side. So, how many yards and inches in 1,000 inches? Sorry, I'm looking with my camera. And you can do this kind of the easy way or the two-step way. It does not matter at all. Oops. So we have 1,000 inches. And we're going to use this one. Yard is 36 inches, but we're going backwards, so it's dividing. But it's kind of important, at least for me, to always go back and say, so does it make sense? I'm going to go from inches, which is a small one, to a bigger unit. So small to big is divide. I always have to think. So I'm going to divide by 36. And this part is the easy part.
27.7 is what I got.
Yep. All right. Let's do it the lazy way. So we're going to write down 27 yards. And this really is the lazy way. And then we're going to subtract 27 on our calculator, because we already dealt with that. And then, Tristan, do you remember what we do to convert it back to inches? Multiply by 36. Yes. We take the leftovers, we multiply by 36, and you get 28 inches.
Okay, how was that done?
Wasn't that magical?
So 27.
1,000 divide by 36.
Yes.
Okay. Then you subtract the 27, the whole number.
Yes, I got that.
And then you just multiply by whatever you divided by a minute ago.
Oh, multiply.
Yep.
28. Okay.
So we were in inches, and we divided by 36 to be into something else. So if we multiply by 36, we're back to our original one. That is one of the slickest things I have ever learned in math, because it's so much easier than the long explanation. Sweet. All right. How many? All right, Tristan, name me a unit.
Mile.
In. Sammy, give me a number.
8.
Okay. All right, I'm going to be like that. How many miles in 8 feet? Yeah, it's going to be small because feet are way smaller than a mile. A mile is about how far you can walk in 15 minutes if you're really pushing yourself. So we're going to divide, and then we use our conversion sheet. 5,280. Probably. Yep. 0.00. Well, I'm going to be fancier than that. And look what I did. Yeah. And to show it's both the 1 and the 5 repeating, I put a bar over both of them. But I'm fine with your answer. Actually, there's something wrong with, no, never mind. It's my screen. My screen here looked like there was an extra dot there, and I'm like, what's going on? But I see that just my screen is dirty. Sammy, we're good?
We're good.
Okay. Okay. What else is on my list of things to do? How many meters in through miles? A single M. So MI is miles. No, actually, I checked out the word mile. So this. Oh, is there? Yeah. Oh, there is too. So this one actually might take a couple of steps. Okay. There we go. So when I go through my list, I don't see anything that directly connects meters and miles at all. So that tells me there must be some kind of weird step in the middle. But I'm still going to start with 3 miles. Sammy, what do you think we should convert those miles into?
Yards?
Sure. All right. So I'm going from miles to yards. So I'm going to multiply by 1760. A really important thing that I should do right now, Tristan, what do you think I should put after the 5280? Yes, because otherwise you may get lost. This was yards. And now I'm going to check on my thing, and I'm hoping there's a conversion somewhere on there between yards and meters. Yep. So we've got down here 1 yard is 0.9 meters. So I'm going to start a new line, but you can keep going. 5280. I'm going from yards, and I'm going in this direction. So I'm going to multiply by 0.9. $4,752 meters. So watch for that if you're ever converting from, like, usually it's going to be miles or kilometers into the really small units. There might be a couple of steps. Yes, please. Especially when you're doing ones that are 2 steps. Sammy, you're good?
Oh, that's why I have. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. You can keep using this handy dandy chart to deal with metric to metric conversions, but I don't want to. I prefer the way I showed you guys in science. So you need to remember, hint, hint, come Friday, whoops, small lowercase, kilometer to a hectometer. Cookham had, no, it's just an H, dinner, but didn't call Musham. So all right, I would like you to convert from hectometers to centimeters. And those aren't even on the blue sheet. So we're going to start at hectometers, and we got to go all the way down to centimeters. So we start at H, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So that means I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. And you're ahead of me, Tristan. Yes, that does indeed mean 5 million. Do that right and put some.
Like from the store.
And that's all there is to like the metric system. 75.82 millimeters is equal to how many meters? Sammy, where are we going to start with millimeters?
1,000.
That's not an option. I want to know.
Oh,
Which
there.
letter for millimeter?
Okay.
All right, we're going to start at the M because this is milli.
Oh,
This is a trick question. Whoopsies, that looks all weird.
was M even there?
Yes, M has been there. Milli's always been over
Oh,
there. But Tristan,
better with that screen.
where is meters?
In the middle.
Right. So base is a single letter. It can be meters or liters or grams. So it's 1, 2, 3 steps. So I take my decimal and I go 1, 2, 3. So 0.0758. Because you have an old instructor, you're going to make the decimal big so I don't have to squint. Because by the way, 0.07582 is not the right answer. I don't care. You keep putting zeros at the front. That doesn't do it. You got to move your decimal point near to that. Do we need some more examples, Sam?
I might
Okay.
just because I did the ant, like I did everything, but I got like 7.582, but no zeros in the front.
You have to move, it was 1, 2, 3 steps. So I start at my decimal, start the decimal. You go 1, 2, 3. And that's where your decimal belongs. And that empty loop gets filled up with a 0. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I kind of slowly getting it.
Okay. Try that one. Yes, decagram. You betcha. 5,000. Okay. Okay. Just random voice in the back of the video. And now I probably seem like I'm just talking to myself. Sorry, Tristan's chatting with me. Sammy, can you hear Tristan?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Oh, there we go. So you're probably being recorded too. All right, so we're going from decagrams to centigrams. So DA to centi. So it's 1, 2 steps. So I take my decimal and I go 1, 2 steps. Tristan, how'd I do?
Yep. Nope. Nope.
No? What do you mean no? Oh, I know why. I know why it's no. What did I do wrong? I'm asking you.
That's me.
Yeah. How do you know I'm wrong? I counted. Sammy, what's wrong?
Put the decimal in the wrong place.
No, I
I
didn't.
don't know.
It said 2 steps. So decagram to centigram is 1, 2 steps. And I went 1, 2 steps. What do you mean my decimal?
Centimeters.
Yeah, to centimeters.
That's 3 steps.
3 steps. What? Come on, you guys. Tell me what I did wrong. I went centimeters. Come on. Error. It's called error. Figuring out what I did wrong. Come on, Sammy. What's wrong?
Oh, my
You forgot a zero?
No, don't change yours. Mine's wrong.
No, my
No,
I
no,
did it wrong.
no. Don't change that chart. The chart is wrong. Mine's wrong. What's missing? Cookham had dinner, but
Deci.
Desi is missing. Didn't call Musham. I don't know why there's a C at the end there either. So yes, boop, boop. Should be 3 steps. One more step.
Okay, so I was right.
That's why I said do not change your chart.
Okay.
So always make sure. Cookham had dinner. Oh yeah, I need more paper. Oh, no. I don't think that's how you spell it. So try it again. No. How do you spell Cookham? Neither of those is right. Is there a K in there?
I honestly don't know.
How about that? That looks not bad. You guys can see it. Cook them. Add dinner. But, okay, is she nice or is she a feisty grandma? Quick, decide.
Feisty.
Feisty, but didn't call Musham.
K-U-K-U-M.
K-U-K-U-M. Okay, cool. You can go with, if you're feeling nice, it's didn't cook much. Oh, see, but I forgot the didn't again. Here I am trying to help you. There we go. Cookham had dinner, but didn't call Musham. Help you remember the order. Because I messed it up. Oh, and I'm so pleased I'm recording this. All right. Anyway, last one. I'm going to go back to my one that I had before that I know works. From centimeters to hectometers. Centimeters, 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps. So I'm going to go 1 decimal, 2 decimal, 3 decimal, 4 decimal. So good job, Tristan. You said it was 0.5. You can answer that. If you feel the need to put the 3 zeros at the end, you go for it. It's not going to be wrong. It won't change anything. Nope, not until you're taking 30 level chemistry or physics. Then you'll care. All right, enough of that. Do some more practice. You can practice on the book, in the books. You can also, I think there was a metric turn in a while ago. And I think there is 1, if not 2 measurement practices. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. What I need you to do is get out that booklet we started yesterday. And I want you to go to the first page. And I want you to find x using the Pythagorean theorem. Or I would say any other way you want to do it, but yeah, pretty much need to use Pythagorean's theorem. Tristan, have you figured out how to do that bottom one yet?
No.
No? Have you tried?
Yeah.
Yes? All right, Sammy, you do this one because Tristan did it earlier. What'd you write down? Nothing?
Nothing. I have no idea how you start. Like, I'm assuming it'd be something with these two numbers, right? But
You're going to just go, oh, I'm actually. Is that answer 47 exactly?
47 point something, but
Okay, no, that's fine.
47.1 something. So like around it.
Sammy, have you got started on this one?
And the
Do I need one of those ruler things or no?
No,
Oh, okay.
from yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
New
like-
squared. You just need a kickstart.
Oh.
So I don't understand why it says hypotenuse squared to be the answer.
That's the formula I use every single time. It doesn't matter what letters I have in here. I just stick with this because it's the same. And as for the squares, that's how the formula works. That's what Pythagorean figured out, if that helps. But you wanted to put an x squared. I wasn't going to argue with you. It's like, fine. But x is the length of of the hypotenuse.
Yeah.
So I hope hypotenuse squared. All right, Sammy, what's one side?
25 feet.
Nice. Yep, 25 squared. Tristan, what's the other side?
40.
I have a question for both of you. What about the 52 and the 38? Why are we not using them?
Those are the three angles, right?
Yes.
The angles.
So pay attention. Right now, we're not going to see those very often, but make sure if you're doing Pythagorean, it only works on the sides and it only generates sides. 625 plus 1600. 25 times 25 is, and 40 times 40, 1600. Okay, I thought you would. What do you get when you add those up, Sammy?
2,225.
Nice. And then what do I do to actually get my hypotenuse?
Divide.
Oh, so close. Wrong word. Right idea.
Oh,
Not
you
divide. It's that square root button. So hypotenuse is equal to, and then I take and go square root, 47.16. Oops. I didn't give you any directions on this one on how to round. So if I don't know what to do, I usually just look at the question and make it the same. So this was whole numbers, so I'm going to make my answer whole numbers. Tristan, did you figure out the bottom one? No? So this question number 3 on the front page, we might as well do it now and then we'll flip over to the other one for practice. Oh, hold on. Are we good to go, Sam?
Yeah.
All right. So, is this a right angle triangle?
Yes.
Yes. And how many formulas do we know for right angle triangles right now? Yeah, we know one. So let's start there. Hypotenuse squared is equal to side squared plus side squared. And, you know.
What, really?
Yeah. Hold on, though. Hold on. So it's the only formula, and this entire section is called Pythagorean's theorem, so it makes sense that's what we're going to use. The trick is, we got to watch where we put our numbers. What is that? Is that a side? Yes. So where should we write it? Yeah, underneath the hypotenuse. So 15 squared. And then, Sammy, what's the 10? It's a side. Don't overthink this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what am I going to do with this piece? I just bring it down. Every time you solve a linear equation, so, no, never mind, an equation right now, you need one unknown. So before, we had the two numbers on the same side. Now we don't. So what do you think we could do now? No, crying's not the option.
Add the 15 and 10?
Nope.
No, you
No?
know what the hypotenuse is.
Okay. Look what we did last time. We put the numbers in, and then we dealt with the squares. So let's do that again. It worked last time. So we're going to go 15 times 15, which is what you were saying, Tristan.
225.
Okay, so we got 225. So it's really, at this point, order of operations. We're going to get rid of our brackets. So 10 squared is 100. plus side squared. Now comes the one part that's different. How are we going to solve this? We can't put them together. We can't smush them together because they're not on the same side. I need to get all my numbers onto this side. So what am I going to do with this? I'm going to subtract 100, exactly. And I'm going to subtract 100 because the rule says whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Remember the good old days, Dominique, when you were doing this stuff and math was fun? Yeah, I know. You miss Alex. Okay, last step. Dominique, how do I finish it? Okay. I got 125 equals side squared. That's my last step in Pythagorean's theorem. Nice. An acknowledgement to our guest star, Dominique, who's at the other side of the classroom and having to answer questions. Square root. Side is equal to 125. 11.1. Okay, 11. There we go. 11. Oh, there's not even units. Boom, we're done. Is it reasonable? And how do you know? Boom. That's what you always check for. The Pythagorean, or sorry, the hypotenuse always needs to be the longest. Thanks, Dominique. She may never come in here again. Okay, so you've got to watch. Sometimes you're solving for the hypotenuse, and it's nice and sweet and straightforward. But sometimes you're solving for one of the sides, and it's just a little difference where you're going to subtract and move stuff, and then the rest of it's the same. So it's really just that one step where you have to figure out, do I put them together? And I do here when they're on the same side. If they're not on the same side, I've got to subtract the one that's here. All right, I need you to turn now. Yeah. Page 5. And it's practice. Give that one a shot. On it, yes. You kind of straight up the formula at the top.
Yep.
That way, in the small chance that you make a mistake, I can still give you some part marks. All right, So I'm going to plug it in. 77 squared is equal to 70 plus side squared. 77. There it is. 5929. 4,900 plus side squared. So minus 4,900. 1029. Square root. 32 point. Yeah, 32. How'd I do? Are we agreeing, Tristan? 32? Nice. All right. How'd it go, Sammy?
I'm like lost. I'm like totally lost. I do not get anything.
Oh, come on now.
Like I really don't.
Okay. Did you get the formula right?
I got 77 little point thing or the little two.
Uh-huh.
I like got the first row.
Okay.
And
you got this one and you got this one.
yes, I got those.
Else. And then you squared them.
I multiplied those.
Right? You went 77 times 77.
I went 77 times 2. That's where I got
Oh,
it.
that's where it went south on you.
Yes.
Remember, 77 squared.
77 times 77. Okay.
Yes.
There we go. All right. Well, other than that, I got everything right.
And we should check 32. If I put it on my picture, that would make sense there. The biggest thing is you want to make sure it's smaller than the hypotenuse.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's where I totally went wrong.
But if you go on, I'm just going to make a note in my book. I'm going to make sure this gets uploaded to Brightspace for you. And this stuff is really important for 2 reasons. The lazy reason is this is the beginning of the stuff we do in grade 12 and it's a big section. This is also something that, for example, I know carpenters would use. So if they're trying to square off the corner of a house and make sure the walls are perfect, this is kind of a random question, but what they'll do is they'll go to the corner and then measure exactly 6 feet down one wall. And they will measure 8 feet down the other wall. And then if they take their tape measure, and that's exactly 10 feet, then they know for sure the corner is squared. Ta-da, Pythagorean's being used. And it's kind of a backwards version. It's like they know all the numbers.
Yeah, I missed that. What is it?
All right, see, real life. So you are a carpenter and you want to make sure the squares, your walls are at a 90 degree.
Yeah.
So they measure from here to the corner and they go 6 feet one direction and they measure 8 feet in the other. And then they take their tape measure and go across. And if that is 10 feet, they know that's exactly a 90 degree corner and the walls are actually square like they're supposed to be.
Okay.
No, that's right.
Because let me do it this way. Hypotenuse squared
Okay, I got you.
is, so it's working backwards. This one actually works. If the numbers work out, then you know it's a square corner. Or if you have a square corner, then you can work out the numbers. So if this is 10 squared, 6 squared plus 8 squared, and I'm doing it because I want to, 100, 6 squared is, oh, come on now, 36. What's 8 squared?
64.
64. 100 equals 100. So it will work. Or so my brother-in-law tells me, who's a carpenter. I don't know if he actually does it, but he tells me he does. We lived in an old farmhouse and nothing was ever square. Nobody knew that rule.
Sounds like my brother.
All right, so what we're gonna do is this is gonna be homework. I don't want to basically sit here and watch you guys do this. What I do wanna do is I wanna flip over to, I'm gonna stop the video and then I'm gonna flip over to science and we'll get it done and then you'll have some work afterwards.
Okay.
Do you guys need a break yet?
Yeah, they can consider it.
Okay, so 5 minutes,
Yep.
is that enough?
That works.
Okay, quick 5-minute break. No?
Just kidding, yeah. I just want to go have a quick puff of a cigarette and I'll be back.
Okay, there we go. Oh, darn, I got that on video. Sorry, my bad.